Hi, it's Joy, and today we're going to be watching The Sandman, Season 1, Episode 4, A Hope in Hell. And I hope we have a hope in hell of finding his mask, his helm, I knew there was a proper word for it. I have loved this season so far, this show so far. I'm so excited to go back into this journey. Kind of apprehensive about seeing hell, but also so excited to see hell. A reminder that, as always, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go.
Follow the damned.
Fucking hell. Is this like a scenario like where you damn yourself if you're guilty? I mean, he's on a zebra crossing, you morons. Although, is it? Yeah, I mean, it says stop, but you should at least keep a bit of a view. Oh, kind soul, I don't think this is a good man to help.
Do you need a ride somewhere?
Thought I could see more limbs.
I am the king of dreams, ruler of the nightmare realm.
Whoa. Saw the arrows.
Actually, she passed away quite recently.
Oh, John.
It's only just happened, so I'm still...
Would you take him to a police station or a hospital or something and be like, I think there's something not right with him? Like,
She wasn't a very good person. Yes, I'm afraid so.
What did she steal?
you don't want to know.
Jess, I'm sorry. 2 girls.
Oh.
Samantha, Sarah.
You seem like a very good person. I'm scared for you for stopping over here.
Do you lie? To Samantha and Sarah.
Oh, God.
I think lying is maybe the worst thing you can do to another person.
You just saved your own life, I think.
I'm living proof of that. A ruby. But like no other, like nothing you've ever seen.
He's just like, I'm going to tell her everything, the truth.
In prison.
For stealing the ruby?
And arson.
Yes.
And murder.
Yes.
General mayhem. In this ruby.
See, like, you did a very nice deed by helping this sweet-seeming lost man into your car when he was worried. But what you do is you stay with him until the authorities can arrive. And you give him proper care, because this is very dangerous, Rosemary.
It was a
Lucifer, morning star.
As in the devil?
What did you think in hell?
Devil,
More powerful than you?
by far.
Interesting.
Especially now.
Fly up and see where we are.
Okay.
No, not doing that.
You're a good raven.
Dream Lord.
I greet you, Nada.
Whoa. So everyone sees him as their own version of
Excuse me.
their
To
belief.
see you like this. It has been 10,000 years, Nada. Yes. I still love you. But I have not yet forgiven you.
Jesus, what did she do?
Okay, cool. I will not give up hope.
What did she do?
I will never give up.
That's so interesting. So, like, it's not like every culture he goes to, people will see him as whatever they in particular their culture believes him to be. He appears that way to them, and so I guess if you don't believe in any of it, you just see whatever he looks like. Just get to Mayhew, call the police.
selfishness in life.
We'll be careful.
To make a lot more sense. All right.
He knows.
Okay.
He senses, and he's not gonna like that.
I
You just lied to
would
him,
say
probably.
knowing
They lie because they're scared.
Because he doesn't believe in
They
lying.
say anything
Part of why he told her the truth.
to keep from being hurt.
I just hope this woman survives. I mean, I still haven't got a sense on John. Other than he hates liars.
What did she do? How'd she end up here?
She defied me.
Wait,
The morning star is letting me know that hell is prepared for my visit.
Making sure you saw her. But how did she defy you? I'm sure it wasn't like,
why are we stopping?
I don't know, something trivial. Hello, Lucifer. I do love this show's cast.
Greetings to you, Lucifer, morning star. I should like it back. Now.
Dream.
If only it were that easy.
Of course.
But there are rules, you see. Then we will have to summon all of them.
Jesus Christ. It's so wonderful.
There now, dream.
That won't be necessary.
He must have expected all of this.
We become reliant upon them, and in their
Does
absence,
Lucifer have it?
we
Found him.
It's mine now. I traded it from a mortal for... He will have to fight me for it.
Very well.
Oof.
You'll serve as my slave. In hell. For eternity.
Jesus Christ, these doesn't seem like fair odds. Or fair results, prizes.
I accept the terms.
I choose you, sire.
Fuck. He did just say Lucifer was more powerful. But is he smarter?
Let the challenge begin.
Oh great. This is great. I mean, he has to ultimately win because it's episode 4.
30 years.
You've been in prison for 30 years?
No, psychiatric hospital.
Yes.
The beverage options were extremely limited, to say the least.
It's not what she hoped it would be. He doesn't view you as a threat yet, but again, she has no way of knowing what this man is, whether or not he's just toying with her, whether he's going to snap at any second. There is a weapon on your property, I'm afraid.
You fucking with me?
Please just call 911.
Oh god.
Calling them right now. This is the filling station out on Route 7.
Oh god. Just leave.
That's where we need to go.
Fuck.
Let go of her.
I mean, like, see, this is an instant, alright? You say, oh, if you have a gun, you'll be safe. He's more prepared to shoot you than you are to shoot him, and he has an evil murderer's eye.
Here.
Fucking hell.
I have no reason to hurt you.
So what I was sort of... I know she doesn't.
Until you give me one.
Just get him there, and then when he's out of sight, call the police. I mean, now, obviously, things aren't going well. Oh my god.
The oldest girl.
Okay, skill, confidence, and transformation.
Matthew, I should not be able to leave this place. I would not have Lucienne left alone with no word of my fate.
Oh my
Not
god.
again.
I wondered why he brought Matthew.
I'm not going, and we're not leaving here without it.
You're a loyal raven.
shall see. I am a dire wolf. Prey stalking.
Wolf stabbing.
This is fascinating. Okay. Come up with something quick, please.
I am a world.
All exploding, planet cremating.
You got a one up on that? Come on, I am... the whole galaxy.
I'm a universe. All things encompassing.
The dark
I'm the
at
light.
the end of everything.
Hey, boss.
Still with us, Dream?
He is, and it's his move. Your Majesty,
There are no more moves.
dreams don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Not if you believe in them. And
I mean,
believe
I don't
Dream
know
Endless
if the physics
will
works, but
never
yes.
Leave his raven here alone in hell.
Exactly.
With Lucifer.
Hope.
A hope in hell. It's what the girl in the cell said.
Give him his hell.
The girl in the cell said she always had hope. And she would keep hope.
I won't.
You might want to wash it first.
The ruler of hell is honorable indeed. I will not forget this.
Honorable. What power have dreams in hell?
Power of hope. We literally just proved that a minute ago.
What power would hell have if those here imprisoned were not able to dream? Of heaven.
He's bested you here.
We shall destroy you.
Until that day, Lightbringer.
I mean, he's just proved that dreams are quite essential to your business operation. He won this. That was very epic.
Can you even see in that thing?
I can see the ruby.
Ooh. Fuck, he's going for it right now. I mean, like, John is going for it right now. Hurry up. There isn't time for the big meaningful moment, okay? A man with a pendant that can make you go squish. I don't know if it can make you go squish, but it makes people go squish. Is coming. Oh, he did something to it so it only works for John. Does that count for Morpheus as well?
Someone's altered it.
Holy shit. Just drive away. How do we undo what he did?
Do you need a ride somewhere?
Why?
Good people seldom survive in this world.
Just don't hurt Susie. Please. I don't care what happens to me.
It's gonna give her the protection.
Here, no one will be able to hurt you.
His mother gave up her entire life so he could have that and not need the ruby. And he was like, thanks, Mum. I'm gonna go get my ruby.
Don't you need it?
Is it like proportionate? So like if one of her kids is having a tantrum and like hits her, will they explode? Or like if one of their kids has a tantrum and hits her, will they just be like, ow?
No. I'm going to use it to save the world.
I'm sure you think that. Okay, that was such a good episode. I loved seeing Hell. I loved seeing the way Morpheus kind of fits into Hell. I mean, doesn't literally fit, but the different dynamics and how the Endless is sort of one thing and then Lucifer and Hell is another thing. The different way the different mythologies are weaved in. I love the fact that, like I said in the reaction, that different people from different cultures with different religions and belief systems will see these creatures, these deities, these people, these gods, these things as different in different forms and in different ways. And I suppose if you don't personally believe in anything, you'll see them just how they look. Or they'll be like, oh yeah, your closest ancestor believed in this, so I'll look like this. It's very interesting to me. Because, you know, like, if these things were to be real in the real world, I don't believe in any of it. So what would I see Doom like? Or would he just blank me because I didn't believe? But if that does mean Hell is off the cards because I don't believe in it, you know, if I happen to be wrong, it's good to know. Oh, so good. And the showdown between Lucifer, I love Gwendolyn Christling, but the showdown between Lucifer and Dream was everything. I love this. I was still thinking they're gonna like physically fight, but this concept of like it was taking their strength to do this imagining and this like creation. It was very interesting. It was a very interesting concept. It was executed very, very well, and you know, ultimately, hope is the thing strongest. I loved it. I love the concept of it and the kind of the one-upmanship and everything. And ultimately, how do you completely squash hope? Because you can't completely. I mean, you can, I suppose, get to a place where hope is very bleak, but even if in a hell there is somebody saying, well, I'll always hope that you're going to change your mind and forgive me, if after 10,000 years in hell she's still hoping, then surely that says something for the strength of hope. So I loved that. And then even at the end he was able to be like, well, what would hell be without the dreams of getting to heaven? Everything. And walking out with his helm. I hope he doesn't wear it all the time. You know, I like seeing his face. It's very expressive. But I'm glad he has two of the pieces back. And he was able to track the ruby to the storage container, so surely he'll be able to track wherever John goes with it. Unless John dreams that Dream can't track it. I don't know. It was very interesting seeing Lucifer and seeing how Morpheus interacted with him and the demons and everything. Mazki, great. Just sort of seeing this whole different kingdom and structure, and you really get the sense that within the things that make the world stay together, there are all these different realms and creatures and people, and they're all very self-interested and interested in other ways, and it's just fascinating. I wonder if we will see Lucifer again, if Lucifer will try to come back with vengeance because their pride was hurt, or if it will be kind of more of a then he did make the threats, but at the end of the day, who cares about Morpheus? Would be what I would hope. Matthew, a loyal Raven to the end. I want to know what Nada did to him. You know, she defied me. I'm assuming it wasn't like he said, we're going for a walk, and she said, no, I don't want to go for a walk. I'm assuming it was like pretty significant. And she's been in hell for all this time. I know in Lucifer, which is also Neil Gaiman, isn't it? It's like, I don't know. But in the Lucifer TV show, the concept of hell was if you yourself were guilty and kind of believed you deserved to go there, you would go there. And that always, I mean, I think it's a brilliant concept, but it always rubbed me the wrong way because then like people like Trump, straight to heaven for genuinely no reason whatsoever. Like they don't deserve it. Like so many horrible people couldn't care less about what they've done. If they did, they would do things differently in their lives. But anyway, if it's that kind of system, or is it kind of a system of like if you've wronged somebody and they haven't forgiven you, you suffer until they forgive you? Because that is such an interesting question. Like at what amount of suffering makes somebody worthy of forgiveness? At what point, 10,000 years in hell, at what point is that enough? When do you think, okay, well, you know, I can forgive them if they've done their time? It's just a really interesting concept. And it makes you think about people in your life that have maybe hurt you or wronged you, and how would you approach that differently? Would you forgive them more readily if you were thinking like, oh my god, they're going to suffer in hell, they don't deserve that? Or would you still hold it against them? I mean, it can't be like every single time someone has something against you, because you could be like, they stole the last cookie, doesn't deserve hell. But yeah, it's just such an interesting concept. I love the way the show executes its ideas. It's very unique. It, like, you know, it fits in with a genre, with kind of a range of genres, but it's also unique with its approach to things. It's very good. So then we have Rosemary. I really love Rosemary. I do, I mean, you know, I'm not, like, if this necklace was like that, is it like if somebody bumps into you, you know, do they die? Or is it like intentional death? Is it if they're trying to kill you, they get killed? If it's just any kind of force being used against you, then that's pretty dangerous. But I imagine it is just if someone tries to kill her, they will go explode. And that'll be a lot for her to explain, but surely the average person doesn't have anyone try to kill them, so hopefully she'll be fine. She truly was just a kind, good woman. She just cared about family, her kids, and she saw someone in need and she gave them help. And, you know, my whole brain was screaming, like, yes, it's nice to help people, but if you're a woman on your own and you see a man wandering around like that, stay with him until the police come. You know, call an ambulance, or just call 911 and say like, oh no. I genuinely am concerned that in the UK I would call 911 because I watch so much American TV. This is even fairly British, but you know, to have like stay with him, sort of go down the road and buy him some coffee or something, you know, like give him your coat. Like there are sort of things you can do that would help the person without like inviting him into your car. And then I genuinely don't know what this woman was thinking when at the end she offered him another ride. Like, yeah, that's taken a good person to another level. He literally exploded a guy earlier. I know she doesn't know how, but that guy was defending you and now he's been exploded and now you're like, do you want another lift? Why drive off at the first instance? I suppose she was worried he might track her down or follow her or something, or she doesn't quite know how his magic-y goo-goo works. So maybe she was worried that if she drove off, he'd take that as offensive and then she'd explode in her car as she was driving. But it was very, very frightening. You could feel her fear palpably. And they did such a good job of showing her as such a good, kind, caring person. And John is an interesting one, because he truly did, like, you know, Rosemary kind of liked him a little bit here and there, but he ultimately was like, you're a good person, you can have this. And I mean, Edith, bless her soul, she wasn't a particularly good person, as he's discussed, but she literally gave her life to John, and he gave it away at the first opportunity, the first vaguely nice person he met. He was like, you want this? She was so hopeful he wouldn't go back to the Ruby. So the big question moving forwards is going to be, one more, we have to see Rosemary again. No, was going to be, what did he do to the Ruby? How did he change it so it only works for him? How can Morpheus undo that? Is the Ruby unsavable? Because when Lucifer was talking to him about how, oh, you know, tools, they're a trap and you come to rely on them and you're vulnerable without them, is that suggesting that there is a world in which Dream could do all these things without his tools? Or is it more just, oh, if you're like me and you don't need tools, you're better? I don't really know. But it's going to be interesting. Morpheus obviously was like, he thought he'd done it. He'd got all his bits and pieces together. He had his sand, he had his helm, and he had his ruby, and then his ruby was mean. So I'm very intrigued with how he's going to deal with that. Obviously, John is going to save the world. He wants to free it from Dream. Has the sleeping sickness gone away now? Or are people still just falling asleep? But yeah, it was very, very interesting and just stressful. What's going to happen next? But I absolutely love this episode. It was brilliantly executed. Thank you so much for watching.